Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. I hope you are doing well. In this video, I'm going to be tracking expenses on my Quicksilver credit card. I'm using my annual budget workbook to do that. And I think the first week of May for me was the 28th of April to the 4th. So I'm going to be tracking expenses from the second week of May. So that's from May 5th all the way through May 11th. And if you want to track expenses with me, which I do encourage, please pull out your workbook or whatever you use to track expenses with so we can make sure we're not overspending, or if you're using your credit card like me, we're making those payments to get it back down. So I am going to start with May 5th, which was Cinco de Mayo. How did you celebrate if you celebrated it? We didn't spend anything. No spend on that day. And then on the 6th of May, the first charge we had was $42.50. That's going to come from our transportation fund. And if you haven't been here before, how I manage my family's finances, when I track the expenses, I put the category which it's coming from. And these are actual savings accounts. So when I pay my Quicksilver credit card, it's coming from that one fund or that one account to cover the charges, and then I just group them together. I did it on the side, so you'll see I have food charges, household miscellaneous, gifts, and transportation. These are the balances in those funds as of the date I'm recording, and these are the total charges. I did it off camera to see where I am, but I'm going to go through the individual charges that I've made from the 5th all the way through the 11th, and then see how much in total we actually spend. So transportation, $42.50. Then I have a Metro card also on the 6th for $34. That's coming from transportation. Then I purchased some dice or something from Monopoly Go. It posted on the 6th for $2.17. I'm not sure if I paid it back yet. I'm going to just keep going through these, and then at the end make sure I made all of the payments I need to make. Another charge posted on the 6th from Google Play. Purchased more dice from Monopoly Go. That was $10.88. And then I had some household items I needed to buy from Target, and that was $34.59. And that was it for the 6th. Then on the 7th of May, I made a purchase where my husband bought some coffee or some food from Pete's, and that was $3.31. So that will come from our food fund. And that was it for the 7th, just one charge posted that day. And then on the 8th, my husband bought some lunch. That will come from our food fund. He spent $10.17. Also on the 8th, I bought some gift cards for my son's teachers, and that came up to $72.82. So I bought gift cards for 3 of the teachers, and I also bought 3 greeting cards or thank you cards for them. So that will come from our gifts fund. And then there was another travel expense on the 8th, and that will come from our transportation fund. I did get half of this back in cash already, so I have the cash for this, and the rest of it I'll just have to pay from the transportation fund. So, but the total was $89.98. And then from Walmart, I purchased this African net sponge. So I didn't know if I should put that in the wellness category or the household category. I'm not sure. So I just wrote household. I think I will pay it back from there. And that was $9.24. And then a miscellaneous expense. I forgot to renew my P.O. box. And so I had to pay a late fee. So this will come from miscellaneous, and that was $100. Some of this I have in cash. Another part of it I have in another account with another bank. So I'll just have to figure that out. But I'll make the payment and then just pay myself back. And then I stopped tracking from there. So we're going together, what I'm going to do is start filling in what I've spent from the 9th all the way through the 11th. I forgot. From the 9th through the 11th. So on the 9th, the first, I want to say expense, or the first transaction was a payment of $82.67. And that was the Geico bill from last week. I hope you're zoomed in close enough. So I paid the $82.67, came out on the 9th. The second transaction on the 9th was a payment of $244.39. That is basically a debt snowball. I'm paying back all of my December credit card charges for the month. I listed them here, and as I pay them, I highlight so I know that it was done. So that was paid on the 9th. The first expense on the 9th that hit was from Google, and it was Monopoly Go, and that will come from miscellaneous, and the charge was $2.17. We're going to pay that back. I might just use it from the cash rewards, because as of May 14th, we have $61.44 in our cash rewards. It just keeps building up because I haven't really been using it except for to pay back my little Monopoly Go habit that I'm working on. So $2.17 was the first expense, and then there was a food expense or groceries at Stop and Shop. This was actually formula for the baby. So I'm going to write formula here so I know what it was. That was the only thing I bought. That will come from our food fund. And it was $49.99. Next was Google Monopoly Go. That will come again from miscellaneous or cash rewards probably for $3.26. Next on the 10th. Oh, because that was it for the 9th. Really? I got $2.17, $49.99, $3.26 on the 9th, and then there were 2 payments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so on the 10th, there was a Lyft expense, or I said Lyft expense, but a travel expense charged by Lyft, and that will come from transportation, and the charge was $15.65. Then on the 10th, Google. Let me make sure I have enough space to write everything that we charged on the 10th. We do. 1, 2, 3 charges on the 10th. 2 of them was Monopoly Go. And that will come from miscellaneous or, again, cash rewards, because I'm sure I have enough to pay this back already without having to use our own money that we saved. So that was done twice. I purchased a set of dice 2 times for Monopoly Go. $3.26 was the charge. Okay, then that's it for the 10th. Then on the 11th, oh my gosh, this is irritating me. I'm irritated with myself. Anyway, May 11th, $2.17 again spent on Google for Monopoly Go game. Will come from miscellaneous. $2.17. Okay, let's write neater. Then a second charge again for $2.17 on Monopoly Go. I'm going to be getting out so much more now that the weather is getting warmer, and I'll be out with my kids, so I won't have time to be spending money on dice in this game. Okay, just so I can win, beat somebody else. Like, I got to get it together. Okay, so that was it for the 11th. On the 12th was a no spend day. We didn't have any charges post on the 12th, so that was good. Next, we will have to move to this page. And on the 13th, no. What am I doing? That was it. I'm not moving too fast because we haven't finished this week yet. So that was everything, you guys. That was all that was spent from the 5th of May through the 11th of May. And I did give you a little preview of next week. The 12th was a no spend. So it was $61.44 in cash rewards. What I'm going to do first is add up all of my Google Play miscellaneous charges and take it from here. And it should have more than enough because I didn't spend that much. And since I'll be reducing or covering these expenses with cash rewards, it won't count as a payment because I might have to make 3 payments just because that's how I like to do it. So let me just go line by line. We have a miscellaneous expense of $217 for Monopoly Go, then another one for $217, then $326, then $326, then $326 again, and $217 here, and yeah, and then up here above household is $10.88, so we'll add $10.88 and $217. Yep, I think I did that right. So I spent $29.34 buying dice from Monopoly Go. So I'm going to take that from this $61.44, and let me write that on my little cheat sheet on the side so I know. $29.34 is for Monopoly Go. And then I will see how much we'll have left in cash rewards. It's $61.44. So we'll have $32 in cash rewards left. So I might use some of that for my debt snowball for taking care of those December charges from like December. Let me do that first and then come back and talk about what else we spent and categorize the other expenses we got to pay back. So first, I'm doing this and I'm doing this on my computer and I'm checking it off right here. So $217 from the 6th. I have to scroll a little bit, excuse me, on the computer to make sure I take care of it. So, and I have to do it individually. So $217, I just took care of that. And I'm going to confirm it, and that was done. All right, and then the $10.88, I'm going to redeem cash rewards for that also to cover it completely, and that was done. All right, so cash rewards was awarded for this on the 10th, and that was $217. So I'm going to click my confirm to use that, and done. Next one is $326. And so we did this twice, so $326. It would be nice if I could select multiple charges to cover at one time, but I have to do it one by one. So $326, the first one anyway, was covered. So that's done. Then I'll go and cover the second $326. Okay, this one was covered. Oh, and there's another $326. So there's more. There's 3 of them, I think. The same amount. Let me cover this one. Okay, this one is covered. Then $217 again, twice. Those are the last 2 expenses on the 11th. So let me cover those. Okay, these 2 were covered also. And I think I covered everything for Monopoly Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all of those covered. All right, so zooming back out and looking at the other expenses that we have for the month so far for the last, let's just look at the last week. 1 no spend and a bunch of other charges. So transportation is necessary. It's not like something we can avoid. We had $42.50 plus $34 plus $89.98 plus $15.65, and that was it. It was it, but it was still a lot. So $182.13 is what we spent, and that's not what I have here. I have $361.51. Why do I have $361.51? Oh, I know why. I messed up. Okay. Let me just write this down. For the second week of the month, we spent $182.13 on transportation. So, we need to pay that back. But transportation right now has $31.08. So we have to figure that out. Let's go to the next one. We took care of that miscellaneous. Household, we spent $34.59 plus $9.24 plus, that's it. So we spent $43.83 in the second week of the month from our household category. Cleaning products, bath products, personal products usually come from there. What's next? Food. So for food in the past week, we spent $3.31, $10.17, plus, what else? $49.99 for the baby's formula, and that was it. Someone has been helping us tremendously with food, so we appreciate that. So the second week was not that expensive for our food costs, and that's the reason why. Transportation was a different thing, though. I guess the transportation cost is relative to where you live and who you are, and whatever's going on in your personal situation in your life right now. So maybe it's not that expensive for other people, or for others like, gasp, you spent almost $200 in a week? Hi, boo. Hi, love. I'm talking to my baby girl while I'm filming, so if you hear her or you hear me making goo goo gaga noises, that's why. All right, food, gifts, we spent $72.82, and I think that was it for the second week. So $72.82 for the teacher appreciation gifts. I took care of, that's it, you guys. Now this miscellaneous expense for the P.O. box, that's $100. Right now in miscellaneous we have $135, so we can cover that one this week because we have more than enough to actually cover it. So in total for the second week of the month, if I didn't miss anything, $182.13 plus $43.83 plus $63.47. Oh, I'll have to start over because I just realized I messed up. $182.13 plus $43.83 plus $63.47 plus $72.82 plus 100 is $462.25. That's how much we spent this second week of the month. Not including, I did not include Monopoly Go because I just took care of that. You saw it. But if we add that $29 and some change, we spent almost $500. We spent $491. But hi, baby girl. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Okay, so quickly, we don't have enough to pay our transportation costs because there's only $31 in there. What I'm going to focus on is what I can pay right now because I have to move money around, and that might take me a while, and I'm not going to bore you with that part, but I will update you next week when those payments are made. So $100 is coming immediately from miscellaneous because that is the second highest charge, total charges for the week. So we're going to pay $100 to miscellaneous first. I think I said to miscellaneous. I meant to say from miscellaneous. So $100 and success. That payment was made, and we'll subtract it from what we charged. So that leaves us with $362.25 to take care of. And that payment is on time, covers the minimum due, and it will update my credit or available credit immediately, which is what I like about Capital One because the money is already there. Okay, the next largest, it doesn't even matter how I do it, but I do need to pay the $72.82 back from our gifts fund, and we have $115 in there, so we have more than enough to cover it. Now I keep my gifts fund in my Ally Bank, so it's a bucket over there. So basically how this works, if you're ever interested, Ally Bank, you can open a savings account. You can open a few if you want, but they give you up to 30 buckets. You can name them whatever you want. It's just like a digital envelope system. So I like to use that because I know if I have $5,000 in that savings account, some of it is for clothing. Some of it might be for vacation. Some might be for insurance, things like that. So having those buckets is really nice. But I'm going to pay this from my Ally Savings account and reallocate the money from gifts to the core bank account. And that was $72.82. So let's do that. And success, or thank you for your payment. Your payment will be on time and covers the minimum due. My minimum monthly credit card payment is $217, but if you all have been watching me, we make more than that every single month. Triple or quadruple that. So the next one is, let me see, household. I have $77 in there, so I can pay the household expenses right now. That was $43.83. And that will be my third payment. I won't be able to make another payment after that right now. $43.83. So I'll have to do it the next day, which you will see next week if you stay tuned to the channel. I hope your bell notification is on. Congratulations again to Janelle from JB's 2 Cents who won the giveaway last week. I'm so grateful for everybody who follows the channel and follows the journey and who has literally become like a friend across the YouTube space. So thank you. I truly appreciate you. So $43.83 is coming from our household fund, and that's covered. Thanks for your payment. Your payment will be on time and covers the minimum due. So it typically updates the next day. And we're down to $32 in cash rewards. I'll probably use some of that to cover December charges, because in a little while, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so, you're going to see my budget change almost drastically because we have some new things happening. So, my debt snowball. I've been trying to aim for $1,000 towards this credit card every single month. But because of some changes, our debt snowball is going to decrease significantly. So what I'm going to try to do is strategize by using the cash rewards to start chipping away at those older charges. Because, again, we keep using the card because it's helpful to my family, but we're paying it back, as you can see. So, for current, reoccurring, everyday bills, food, expenses. But for those past charges that we did in December and January, we're gonna be paying as much as we can from our paychecks, but then we're gonna use the cash rewards whenever we can to kind of chip away at it too, as extra money, because this is just free money they're giving us. So, and I want to make sure our interest that gets added is not getting higher every month, but getting lower until we annihilate the whole thing. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you stay tuned for that. That's everything that I was able to do today. So we just have, I was keeping track, and then I lost my train of thought because I've been talking. So we paid $43.83, $72.82, and $100. So $245.60 is still outstanding, because we have transportation, and you know, that's a high one. So I'm going to move some money around and make that payment on Wednesday. You'll see this video on Wednesday, and that's when I'll make a second payment, and you'll see those payments and get that update next week. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you click the like button, stay subscribed, because we're trying to have fun over here. We're realistic. I'm not giving you any tips or advice from my personal experience that I've not used myself. So I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm here to keep myself accountable and share that people who come from a modest income or low income can still manage their money well, get out of debt, and invest for their future. So hopefully you find some value here, enough to stay tuned. I paid all of my household expenses. I'm just putting a check mark so I know that it was done. I paid that $100 miscellaneous expense from my P.O. box renewal and that late fee. And I paid gifts back. I did highlight that. And so that was it. Okay. All right. I will talk to you guys in the next week. Continue to mind your money, you guys. Manage it well and live your lives abundantly. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.